Want to take questions? Yeah.
So Coach John Pat Chun earlier this morning talked about you trying to lay this foundation down for the program. I know you're critical of this group, especially with how the first 20 minutes shook out against Utah. Are you starting to see some of that come together here?
It sounds bad. I'm critical, but I am. I do look at us critically. I think every coach does. I mean, we know our biggest weaknesses. We see them every day. I think we've shown signs of what we're capable of, and I think we've shown more consistency of showing signs of that. But we've also fallen back so fast. One good game on a weekend, one bad game. We come back and I watch them in practice go through the motions, or not bring great energy, or not mentally be as prepared as we want them to be. And so I see the habits of the things that I just am talking about to you guys all the time. The habits of, they're just really the ultimate respect the game and what it takes to be good at this game, and how hard and how urgent every moment you have, whether you're preparing for practice, whether you're in practice, whether you're lifting, whether you're taking care of your body off the court. They're all habits that, I just don't think we are completely bought in and know the importance of all of those things. So we're growing those things. I think we're getting better in those areas. But I think those are the things that we can really control. And those are that's why I'm harping on those things, because right now we don't have a bunch of pieces in our offense go, oh, she's not playing well, let's grab this one, she can do it. We don't have that luxury. We have to get our players playing to their strength every single time they step on the floor, and that requires them to prepare well and to bring their best every day.
On the flip side of that, more of a complete performance against Colorado on Sunday, does that reflect a lot of the potential that these players inside this program already possess?
It reflects something. I look at it and I go, we didn't show them the Utah film, but we talked about it. We didn't have to say much. We just didn't show up to play for 15 minutes. They played so much faster. They played so much more with so much more passion. They played to their roles. We knew exactly what they were going to do, and they just drove it down our throats, and the players were unbelievably good at what they did. And that was a team that lost their second best player. And it was a team I thought we matched up well with. And then all of a sudden we just started crawling back in, which gives us a lot of hope and makes us understand what we're capable of, that we played pretty well for 25 minutes and got back in the game and actually had a chance to win the game. So, and then to turn around and be able to basically say 25 minutes isn't good enough. And Colorado's coming in here a little wounded. They've lost a player too, so we're right back where we were a day ago when we didn't come ready to play for Utah. So to see our team respond the way they did and play a really complete game against Colorado was encouraging. And it was, in fact, I think in many ways it was Bobby's best performance in how hard she played on both ends of the court. So that encourages me more than anything, because I think we can build on that.
One of the things you've talked about is making these players more complete, and you out-rebounded Colorado 38-27 on Sunday. How satisfying was it for you to see that stat in the box score?
Yeah, I thought our stat sheet was unbelievably good, with the exception of, in the first half we had 12 turnovers, which I think really limited what we did offensively. I think that's why it was a struggle. I think we had 4 assists in the first half. And then we finished the game with 18 assists, so we had 14 in the second half and only 4 turnovers in the second half. So we finished with 18 and 16 turnovers. So that stat to me really, we always look at when we look at the stat sheet, we look at assists, because I think if we're moving the ball, things that we're preaching about, don't let it stick in your hands, pass the ball, don't dribble out the shot clock. If we have a high number of assists, it's been a good day for us. We rarely look at rebounds because we're always on the short end of it. So we did really celebrate the fact that we out-rebounded Colorado. And again, I think that had a lot to do with Bobby. Bobby went from 4 rebounds to 10. And she was active in the post, and then that lets us have a chance to, in fact, that she got a double-double. Again, I think it was as much her in the post as anything that helped us have a plus side in rebounding.
And then Chanel, it seems like she's putting it into another gear over these last 5 games. Are you starting to see her blossom into that five-star talent that she was now that she's 2 years off that ACL?
Well, I think Nell is probably the key to our program and team, and I say that knowing Bobby is unbelievable. Bobby is consistent; she's always going to get her points, but Nell really has that conviction and commitment to doing whatever it means to help our team win. And she doesn't care about if she scores. She doesn't care about anything other than us winning. And that kind of energy and that kind of leadership and passion is exactly what we need in the point guard position. She can do all of those things. She can shoot it. She can distribute. She guards bigs, littles. I mean, she really is what we need in the guard spot. So I think her game's gotten better. I think she's getting more confident in what we want her to do. She wants to study it. She wants edits. She asks for, what do I need to do? She's just a hungry player that really wants to win and wants to help in any way she can. So I wish I had more of her because I wish, in a million ways, she's disciplined. She eats great. She comes ready to practice every day. I mean, I could talk a long time about her because of what she gives to our program.
Another one of your starters, Maria Kosterkova, she looks very comfortable in the post right now. How much growth have you seen in her between when you arrived in the springtime to where we're at now?
Well, I look at Maria and I just, so much of a coach, it's like when you put someone in the game, you want to know what you're going to get from them. And coaches don't like roller coasters. They don't like one day you're good, one day you're bad. And Maria, I think above anyone on our team, we know exactly what we're going to get from her. She really plays to her role. She rarely gets outside of what she's capable of doing. She's become a presence on the block. She is our best rebounder. She rebounds. She's about the only one that rebounds often. She doesn't turn the ball over too much. And again, she's having to match up with bigs and communicates well defensively, and I just love that about her. She is a coach's dream in the sense that she doesn't try to do more than she's capable of doing, and I think she's gotten comfortable with the ball getting to her in the post. She knows the kind of moves she needs to make to score. We need her to score. I love it. If she can get to 10 points, 8 to 10 points, and then knowing that she's going to get close to 10 rebounds a game, that would be amazing if we could make her a double player for us. That's when we know we're going good, if we can get her in double digits.
Then this weekend, heading to the Bay Area, Cal and Stanford are not only two talented teams, they have some height as well. What does your team need to really focus in on to be successful this weekend?
It's going to be a great challenge. I look at Cal and obviously they're player of the year type candidate in the post, and quite frankly, that's a post player type that we don't want any part of for the most part. We haven't done well defending a big post presence, and this is Anigwe is just a whole nother level of athlete, committed to rebounding, two areas that again are difficult for us to match up with. It's going to be a real team effort to try to slow her down and to try to keep them doing what they like to do, which is, feed her, give her the ball in the post, and then offensive rebounding, things that we don't defend very well. We've got to defend defensive rebound as a team. So great challenge to go there. It's an 11 o'clock game, so you can expect that high-pitched screaming kids' day. So an environment that's going to be tough to play in, but clearly we'll have great energy in the gym. So that's a great challenge for us. And then to turn around and play Stanford, who, I just love the way they play. It's how I want us to play. I love their system, and they just have tremendous talent at every spot. A lot of options, a lot of weapons, and you can't make mistakes against them, or they'll put 90 points on the board real fast. So, two tremendous programs. I look at Cal; they're 1-3 in league, but they're still ranked 24th in the country. So that just tells you the depth of our league and the challenges that we have to go against every day out.
Tara's done so much for women's basketball at Stanford, and Coach Gottlieb has had some success at Cal as well. Just 9-10 months in already, what have you learned from coaching against them and then just being in coaches' meetings alongside coaches like that?
Well, I keep my mouth shut when I go to the Pac-12 coaches' meetings. I like to just listen to the experts around the room, especially being the new person in the room. I've known Tara for years. We actually went into the Hall of Fame together. So we had a great weekend that week, and have always loved the way Tara runs her program and how she develops her players and what she's done for women's basketball. It's just for anyone that's getting into the profession, she's one of those that you look toward, and she's so willing to help. She would do anything to help, and she sat next to me at the coaches meeting and just gave me advice the whole time. Lindsay's amazing. She's just, I think, brilliant in so many ways. She has a strong voice in this league with these coaches, has everybody's respect, and has done a phenomenal job at the Cal program and before that. But it's fun to watch someone so smart and savvy in all of women's basketball issues, and her along with Corey Close, who does so much with the NCAA and WBCA and things like that. It's fun to be in a league like this. Anytime I'm in those rooms, I just want to be a sponge and grow from the experts in the room.
Cool.